Angeles and Bank of America Stadium here in uptown Charlotte. A short time ago, a scene that never fails to stir up the folks here in Charlotte. Cam Newton strutting his way onto the field. His guys are fired up as they get set to go toe-to-toe with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Panther ball club as they enter play here. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for the Bengals here, it's been a great start to the season. Back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here come the Bengals now to take over. They'll be led out by the Red Rifle. From TCU, it's Andy Dalton.
And they are in rhythm on offense because of him. I mean, right now he's got everything going the way he wants to, finding the receivers the way he wants to, looking over defenses. No interceptions is the number I lock in on. Before a touchdown pass isn't so bad either.
Yeah, what a game he had last week. Play fake here on first down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Dante Jackson, the first of his career. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six. And the defense could not have written a much better script. Pick six.
The offense never got a chance to really get oiled up there, did they? But the defense, they certainly got in gear. What a big-time play and a great way for them to start.
And now the offense, they've got to turn things around and figure this out because your backs are on the ground real quickly.
Yeah, usually when you're starting the game getting the ball, 0-0 is the only score you're worried about. Now the second time you get it, you're already down a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengal offense now gets set to head back out onto the field. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Dalton right back on the horse after the pick six. And his first look is incomplete. Here now the offense for the Bengals.
Out wide they have A.J. Green, who can run every route you want on the route tree and take the top off of defense with his speed, and has the length to go over the top of people to catch the ball. But maybe the most impressive thing about him, the only wide receiver ever to be a Pro Bowler in his first 7 years in the NFL.
Fakes the give to Bernard. Dalton. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A gain of 32 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Dalton here from the gun. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. And it's 2nd down. Defensively, here are the starters for Carolina. And they've played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. You know, projections for him were a little all over the board. Some saw him as a day 3 pick, maybe a little bit higher. But here he is, round 3.
I do know teams that had him listed as a first-round talent. I also had teams that had him listed as a day 3 guy, which is rounds 4 through 7. So him going in the 3rd round kind of fit in the middle. I think he's going to have a chip on his shoulder wanting to prove that he should have been taken higher.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well and got a nice payoff.
So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. They're led out by their big-bodied electric quarterback, Cam Newton.
I love just about everything about him. Love his game, love his makeup, love his moxie, one of my favorite words. This guy's a competitor. Gritty, tough, you name it, he's got it. But he did throw an interception in last week's game. That contributed to a loss. And despite the fact he threw 3 touchdown passes, he's going to be out there redoubling his efforts and trying to play better.
So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their own 15. From the gun, here's Newton. And there's the first NFL catch for the Maryland man, DJ Moore. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
They run. Anderson. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gain, they can run that plan any down.
Now a first down throw for Newton. Funches with a catch over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. The numbers from a week ago for Funches. 7 catches, 77 yards.
And that was a nice job there pulling that one in. Now, this is an offense that will certainly spread the ball around a bit. And this is a guy that defenses have better focus on.
First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Jesse Bates made the tackle from his safety spot. A look there at the defensive starters for Cincinnati. They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. Here's Newton now on 2nd down. And this one complete right side to Funches. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 47. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show them up.
Man, and he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he is down deep into Carolina territory. That goes for a gain of 31. Nice completion there for Andy Dalton. Charles, you worked some of his games when he was at TCU. Now you've worked his games in the NFL. What progression have you seen?
I've seen a guy who took over as a freshman in college and got better and better each year. Always added a little bit more to his game, gets stronger. But the best part about him is he's always been accurate.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, and it's the Bengals with a football to begin quarter number 2. They're in the midst of a nice drive, but facing a 3rd and long here. Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. In for the score. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, and ended up in the end zone. But how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's two sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great, D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
Carolina getting set to take the field. So Newton and the Panthers come up now 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Here's Newton. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make it.
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Geno Atkins able to swamp him from that defensive tackle spot for a loss of 5.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
Yeah, a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that, because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. K1 short. Coming up the middle, gets him there for a loss of about 9.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fake.
Here's Bernard. And they won't fare much better here as he maybe gets back to the line. Tackle made by K1 short.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And the Panthers have recovered.
Well, that's a down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him. sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive line knew it. Everyone did, yet the pressure was still there, and he ended up coughing it up.
He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position, more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. He's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. He'll get it up the middle. And he's going to pull his way in for a Panther score. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And his guys are able to strike for 6.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Gano out to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. A first down throw coming for Dalton. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A Bengal first down on the 16-yard pickup there. So there you go. Like you predicted, they do get him involved, and he's got his first catch and a first down. And
what you need to do there is just put a check mark next to the circle with his name, with his number in it. Don't put the line through it. It's not done yet. That should be the first of many.
They go play action here on first down. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 33. From the gun, Dalton over the middle, complete. That's Boyd. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Bernard. And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. A 3-yard pickup on 2nd and 4. Now they'll need to convert here on 3rd and a little more than a yard.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Despite only needing one, Dalton to throw. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Single receiver set. 180. Single
receiver. To throw on second down is Newton. And caught left side, Olsen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. Now Newton on first down. To the right side, and he's got more, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
And the tight end Olsen, right side. And it brings up third.
If you're a selfish player and you're throwing the ball, you're cool with the completion. Maybe not so cool with the yardage loss, though, huh?
Yeah, you went backwards on the yardage. Hey, it kind of works like a sack for the defense there.
Yeah, it's a really big play for them, right? Able to figure it out, sniff it out, and finish it off.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And he's got his target. That's more. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Newton throwing again. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. To the air again, Newton. And right with it here over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On second down, here's Newton. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down. The Panthers on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Now Newton. He's got a man, it's his fullback. Now the ball comes loose, and the Bengals grab it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to push his way down to about the 12. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has in the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Inside 4 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. They'll run again with Bernard. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical. Spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
And the Bengals on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Luke Kuechly combines speed, intelligence, toughness, puts it all together. It makes plays like one we just saw there. He may not be a big-time blitzer, but, boy, he knows how to pursue straight ahead and make plays in the run game.
So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
Yeah, they'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. They give it to Anderson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Geno Atkins, the Pro Bowler, in there on the stop.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. He finds his man, the tight end Olsen. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
So here's Dalton and the Bengals now. 1st and 10 at the 20. The drive starts with a handoff to Bernard. And he'll get this up over the 25 to the 26. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Over here, yes.
Again, here's Bernard. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Bengals. They've got the football, but they trail here as we get rolling in quarter number 4. Dalton, 1st and 10. Caught Eifert over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there at 22.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
5-0.
Dalton gives to Bernard. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Dante Jackson picks it. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to 3rd down. Now, the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
On 3rd down, Newton. Burnover, they need it. It's intercepted. Jesse Bates, the rookie safety, his first pick in the league. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches.
Over here, yes.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Dalton here from the gun. This is caught, and he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. Mason Schreck, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Bengals, if they can convert the extra point, will have the lead. Now they can boot it through on the always important extra point, and then their defense has to hold up their end of the bargain.
And there's something that you've pointed out in numerous games that we've worked. Okay, the excitement's going on. Everyone's celebrating over there. Who's calling up the defense to make sure they're focused because they still have some work to do?
Getting set to go again here, Cam Newton marches back onto the field. This is something we've seen many times over the course of his career. Can he pull off another 4th quarter comeback?
It's very strange, isn't it? Because when it's a player of this magnitude, even though the guys on defense have the lead and are sitting in the best spot, they're maybe the most nervous people in the stadium because they've seen this happen to too many people before, too many teams. They've got to find a way to shut him down.
Here we go again for the grizzled vet. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Oh, my Cam. There's times when I'm not analyzing up here. I'm just appreciating. Led NFL quarterbacks in rushing last year. He is truly the ultimate weapon at that position.
They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him. But in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
So another big shot dodged there defensively. Now they're just 1 more incompletion away from salting away this victory. And I know this feeling. They're almost giddy, but they have to stay focused and locked in. They can make one big mistake and throw it all away.
Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's got the 1st down as he's up to the 45-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a 1st down. He'll look to throw. Out to his left. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. And before this 2nd down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Now they're just trying to do anything possible to try and get the ball downfield and get into field goal range.
And with that clock dwindling, they felt the need to take a pretty big shot there. Unfortunately, couldn't complete it. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He's back to throw, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Bengals are going to win this football game. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So a defensive timeout, chance to regather, regroup, and get set as we resume action. Victory all but assured now as they take a knee here, and they're going to escape with a 1-point victory. And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call. Dalton down to a knee, and that'll be all she wrote.